never too early to be thinking about the draft. And Todd McShay is back, and he's talking about the quarterbacks. The top quarterback in this class right now is Liberty's Malik Willis. He's currently number 6 on Todd's list of prospects. He ranks 7th in total QBR this year. Matt Corral is number 21 on McShay's overall McBoard. He has the second shortest odds to win the Heisman. His QBR is 4th in the country. Number 27 on the McBoard is Kenny Pickett. He ranks 3rd in total QBR, tied for 4th with 23 passing touchdowns. And then at 32, and thus that's one round of draft, you've got Desmond Ridder on the McBoard. He's led Cincinnati to a 7-0 record, a number 2 ranking in the AP poll this year. So where will these guys go? Well, if it ended right now, the winless Lions would be picking 1st. They've got Jared Goff. The Jets would be picking 2nd. They've got Zach Wilson and of course, Joe Flacco. And both the Eagles and the Giants currently have 2 picks in the top 10.
Hurts and Willis have mobility, but I think he creates more, and he's more dynamic throwing the ball on the run and throwing the ball down the field than Hurts has been in his first couple of years with the Eagles. So I think they go quarterback if they have the opportunity to take Willis with that first pick, whatever pick number that winds up being. And maybe they use one of their other first-round picks. They've got 3 in the first round coming up in 2022 to move up and go get Willis to make sure they can get ahead of some other teams that might have interest.
There's also been a lot of speculation they might trade those for a veteran. So there's a lot of ground to be made up between now and then. So, David Pollack, let me then ask it to you. You cover these guys week in and week out. Which one right now do you favor? As a pro prospect, which one do you have your eye on?
I tell you what, the most improved player in college football is Kenny Pickett. I mean, he really has done an unbelievable job taking the extra year afforded because of COVID and all the stuff that happened a year ago and transforming himself. Like, it's been enjoyable to watch. I mean, you go watch the Georgia Tech tape, Todd, it's the best tape I might have studied from a quarterback, period. I mean, he put on an absolute clinic of what you need to see versus 3-man rushes, fading away from pressure, throwing the ball off balance like you like to see from quarterbacks. So, I mean, I tell you what, he is legit. He's a bona fide I think he's a guy that's going to be mentioned as one of the top quarterbacks, if not the top quarterback in the draft next year.
Yeah, so McShay, who's rising? These things obviously are always fluid as the season goes on and even beyond. Who's rising up these boards in your view?
Well, Pickett certainly is one of them. I had him as, I think, the 7th best quarterback coming into the year, and now I've moved him into the top 32 as the 3rd best quarterback prospect. So he is on the rise and kind of having a Joe Burrow year where it all clicks together and the leadership's there and understanding the game. I mentioned Malik Willis from Liberty. He's the fastest riser. And you got to remember, Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma gets benched. You've got the North Carolina quarterback who's really struggled this year in terms of his consistency. And to me, Willis has, yeah, exactly. Howell has been up and down. So Willis has benefited from that. But it's also his tape and what he's shown. He's a big, mobile quarterback who can extend and, as I mentioned, drive the ball down the field and do so with accuracy on very difficult throws. And then Matt Corral's the other guy that's in the mix in the top 32. He has played brilliantly in that Ole Miss offense for Lane Kiffin. He gets the ball out quickly. He's precise. He's got mobility. He can take off and run, but also extend plays inside the pocket. I think Corral is probably the number 2 quarterback right now behind Willis and is going to fit somewhere in that first-round range.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.